About students is we go to school every day, and that's 8 hours of our day. And within those 8 hours, we are surrounded by people who believe the same thing we do and people who don't. People who are pushing you to do things that you wouldn't normally do, whether your parents were there or not. And one thing is people make these decisions, and unfortunately they may not always go to their parents. So one way we want to help out is by setting out the truth for those kids. Helping them understand that there are risks to the choices you make, whether good or not so good. That when you make a choice, there is a consequence. I'm sorry, I lost the word there. There's a consequence, whether good or bad. And just getting the facts out there about this is kind of why we worked on this app. Are there any questions on the app, whether how we made it or why we made it?
I can't see the screen. I can't see the screen.
No, it's not true for the entire app. There were some that were true. There were some that were false. We didn't want to just give you all false ones. I mean, what happens to the ones that are true and, again, are not good? I mean, we're trying to cover everything. We only have 15 questions, but we're hoping to get more on there eventually. Are there any more questions?
So you say you're hoping to get more on there, so is it a process that you go through to add more questions?
Basically, all we do is we find the questions online, and we research it basically, see if it's true or false, and then we cross-reference multiple responses to see to make it verified. And then we insert it into our code to add it to our application.
And Mohammed, could you show them the code that you use? Just to show how much dedication we put into this, because it took us about a week and a half to do. And no, that's not it. That's not it, folks. That's one part of it. Mohammed was our #1 guy when it came to programming. Because, I can program short term, but I go crazy having to deal with code all day long. So it was a blessing having Mohammed there, and he knows the code better than any of us. So are there any more questions? Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to insert a video, like a testimonial from a doctor's point of view on some of these questions that you researched?
Yes, we are. At first, I was looking at GSA as part of the video, but I didn't want to do that because I didn't have enough time. So there's too much right here. It says GSA. I was going to insert it, but I just didn't have enough time to implement it correctly. I could have done it, but the way I was going to do it was bad, so I decided to leave it out for now. So I get more time to do it.
They all talk like how Jay talk.
Now, we did find one little glitch the day that we actually got it on a phone. It's like we were supposed to do a presentation before this one to show other students. And we actually found a little glitch that if you turn your phone sideways, you get a brand new question instead of having the same question when it's turned sideways. So if you do download it, we'll get that fixed as soon as possible. We were all kind of like, that's not good.
And that question with the two comments, I'll fix that pretty soon.
Are there any more questions? Well, thank you. We'll hand it back over to Maya and Christian.